After the age 60, most people don't realize this, but your body begins to lose up to 3% of your muscle every single year. It's called sarcopenia, and it's one of the biggest drivers of weakness, balance problems, joint pain, and even loss of independence as we age. But you can reverse a lot of that muscle loss and regain strength without weights, without getting on the floor, and without long workouts. These exercises are simple yet functional. Because they are functional exercises, they help with daily tasks by targeting the exact muscles that age the fastest: your legs, hips, core, and posture muscles. The muscles that protect you from falls, help you climb stairs, and stand up from a chair and stay independent. I'm Maurice Visser, a biokineticist at the Namibian Oncology Center, and today I am taking you through a 15-minute standing routine designed specifically for adults over 60 who want to rebuild strength, improve balance, and move with more confidence. And the best part, you don't need any equipment. So before we start, these exercises might not be for everybody, but I would like to encourage you to try them as long as you've got clearance from your physician or healthcare provider. Having said that, let's begin. So we're first going to always start with a gentle warm-up. I did place a chair next to me, just in case you might have some balance issues, but the idea behind this 15-minute program is to actually engage in all the muscles responsible for your balance. And the reason why we're doing all these exercises standing up, because this is your most functional position of doing things during the day. Getting up off the chair, walking, climbing stairs, bending, picking things up, carrying things. This is your most functional posture. So we're doing every single exercise standing so that we can also stimulate balance and proprioception. So we're going to start with marching in the spot, and we're just going to do a very, very slow march. You can decide how high you can lift your knees. You can pick them up. And I also would like to increase a little bit of the difficulty, but not too much, by just adding in some shoulder circles. So now we're just doing a little march and circling the shoulders. And we're only going to circle about 10 backwards and then 10 forwards. But if you feel that you want to split them up and you just want to do the shoulders first and then the marching, that is up to you. This is all about getting this workout to suit your needs and not creating rigid rules for you to follow. So it's all about you and how comfortable you can do these exercises. So if you feel like you need to hold on to the chair, you can hold on to the chair. If you feel like you just want to focus on the marches and get a nice high knee lift to warm up those hips, then you can do that too. All right, let's do another few more. We're only going to do this for about 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right, so the first one we're going to be doing to kick this off is heel raises. So we're going to face the chair. So all we're going to do from there is we're going to lift up onto our toes as high as we can, hold for a second, and slowly down. And we can rock forward and backwards as well. You can lift the front foot, give those shin muscles a good workout. And the reason we're doing calf raises is for balance and proprioception. We want to strengthen those calf muscles and foot muscles. That assists with not only blood flow, giving it that nice pumping action through the calves, reducing any swelling that you might have, but also increase strength and mobility. And we're going to go for about 15 or 20. Again, that's up to you. Let's go for a few more. 3, 2, and one more. Always standing nice and tall. So I don't want you leaning on the chair or bending over too far. We're always going to be working on our posture. We're always going to be engaging our cores by just giving a little bit of a tug in the belly button area. Focusing on the shoulders. We just did our shoulder rolls. We want to make sure that our posture is nice and upright. And let's do a few more. And last one. And relax. Our next one is standing leg extensions. So everything we're doing is standing again, so it is going to be a little bit more challenging, but that's a good thing. So we're going to start with holding onto our chair for balance. We can either hold on with one arm, or we can turn and hold with our hands on a chair like this. I'm going to turn sideways because I don't know if you'll be able to see it properly. We're going to lift our leg as high as you feel comfortable, and then you're going to extend your knee out and you're going to straighten your leg as much as possible, contract, and come back. And let's do it again. 2. This is a tough one, so we're only going to do 5 of those. 3. Squeeze as hard as you can. 2 more. 4. Squeeze as hard as you can. And last one. And 5, and relax. Let's change to the other side. Sure, I can feel those quad muscles working. The higher you lift your knee, the more difficult it is going to be. So if you feel that it's too hard, just lift your foot up off the floor and straighten that quad out. So I'm doing it a little bit lower on this side.
It's a little bit easier for me to extend my knee out, get that contraction on the quad, hold for a few seconds, and come back. 4, hold for a few seconds. Let's say hold it for 2 to 3 seconds. Come back, and last one, hold for 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and relax. So we can either do this again or move on to the next one. So let's do another set of 5. 2, I'm lifting a little bit higher. I can feel contraction. 3, this time I'm only holding it for a second because it is much harder. 4, and last one, and 5. I'm going to show you from the side. So we lift, extend that knee out straight, hold for a second, bring it back, but try not to drop the knee. You want to keep it up there. 2. So now what's also working is the leg that I'm standing on. I can feel my feet and my toes are trying to control my balance. And last one, 5, and relax. So this is quite a tough one. So start with a very low lift. But if it's nice and low, try and hold the contraction a little bit longer. The higher you lift your knee, the harder. So you will not have to hold that contraction for that long, maybe only a second. Let's move on to our next one. So for our next one, we're going to be doing hip abduction. If you feel that you need a little bit of a break, you can sit down for maybe 30 seconds before we jump into the next one. And the next one is hip abduction. So we're going to stand nice and tall again, shoulders back, chest up, belly button in. Grab hold of a chair next to you, but just lightly hold, but don't lean. And then from there, we're going to just move our leg or our hip out and come back, but try not to touch the leg on the floor. So what's actually happening is I'm trying to hike this hip up off the floor, making this leg a bit shorter, as you can see there. I'm hiking this hip up, engaging this glute medius on the side here, which is going to enforce the stability of the leg I'm standing on, allowing me to move my other leg out while keeping my trunk as still as possible. You don't want your spine to move. Your spine needs to stabilize. Keep everything in control so that your arms and legs can actually do the movement for you. Well, in this case, only the legs. 8. Let's go for 2 more. 9, and last one, and 10. Let's turn around and do the other side. Again, nice and tall, belly button in, shoulders back, chest up, and we're going to go 2. And again, you can hold it there for a second. 3, slowly down, and 4. I mean, you can see my leg is completely straight. It's not bent because I want you to be able to hike up and make this leg shorter than the other leg, engaging the stability muscles of the glute medius on the standing leg. Let's go for 2 more. 9, and last one, and 10, and relax. Okay, so for our next one, we're going to be doing a bent over row, and for that, we don't really need any weights or a TheraBand or anything like that, even though you can, but what I'm going to use is just a rolled up towel, and from there, I'm going to keep the towel in front of me. I'm going to hinge forward from the hips, keeping my chest up and spine straight, and from there, I'm going to bring the towel into my belly button and pull my shoulders back and squeeze my shoulder blades together, and that's 1. Breathe in, and out. 2, that's it. Keeping the belly button nice and tight. 3, breathe in and out. Breathing is always important. You don't want to hold your breath. 5 more. Breathe in and out. 6. Get those shoulder blades back. Pull. 7. 3 more. Breathe in and squeeze. 8. 2 more. And 9. And last one. And 10. Sure, I can really feel those shoulder blade muscles engage. Now, it's very important to get the shoulders back, pull your chest forward, keep the neutral spine on the lower back so that you don't round your back like that, but rather push the hips out, keep the chest up, and squeeze those shoulder blades. All right, and that is bent over rows. Let's move on to our next one. And that brings us to our sit to stand, which means we are going to be using our chair, and we're going to be sitting on the edge of the chair. This is our chair squats. From there, our feet is going to be slightly wider than shoulder width. Toes are slightly pointed out. And again, we're going to either cross our hands or we're going to extend our arms out in the front. I'm going to do it with my arms extended out. And from there, we take a deep breath in. And as we breathe out, we lean forward, get our heads in front of our feet. And as we breathe out, we stand. And again, we're going to reverse nice and slow, control the movement. And just until you touch, don't get your body to move back and up. That's 2. Breathe in. And 3. Breathe in, and 4. And we can feel those quads, hamstrings, and glutes working. 5. 5 more. 6. 7, 3 more, 8, and last 2, 9, and 1 more, slowly down, and 10, and relax. And that was our sit to stand. You can either do 1 set of those, or you can do a second or even a third set. Now let's move on to our next exercise, and that is the hip hinge. So for our hip hinges, I'm going to use the towel again, just as a reference. So from here, we're going to keep our arms straight and our towel stretched out in front of us. And from there, we're going to shift our hips back, softening our knees, and just lowering until we get to level with our knees, and then we're going to come up. Breathe out. Breathe in. Soften the knees, move the hips back, keeping the chest up, back straight. 2. Breathe in. And 3. Now, the only difference between this one and the bent over rows is I'm not using my arms now to row. This is strictly a hip hinge. 5. Breathe in. And you should feel the hammies, the hamstrings, glutes, a little bit of the lower back muscles getting active, and the core. And 2 more. 9. And last one. And 10, and relax. And for our last drill, we are just going to do a little bit of stretching just to cool down. And the first one we're going to be doing is our hamstring stretches. So we find our chair, and we're just going to place one leg on the chair, if you can, and hold that position. So you're keeping a nice tall spine. I don't want you to reach forward and try to touch your toes. We want to try and keep the back as straight as you can. And I want you to think about pushing your hips backwards, right there. I'm tilting my pelvis actually forward, so I can actually feel my hamstring pulling, and I'm just holding that position. Always important to breathe. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. And let's hold for another 10, 9, 8. You always want to try and keep your stretches for a minimum of 20 to 30 seconds. Keep them longer if you want. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and change. Other side. Making sure that your toe points up towards the ceiling. Lock out that knee. Keeping a nice tall spine, shift that pelvis back, and I can really feel this hamstring pulling. For some of you, you might feel it a little bit more straight. I can get a little bit further forward without bending my back, keeping everything nice and straight. There we go. Take a deep breath in. Very important, as you breathe, the body relaxes, sympathetic nervous system relaxes, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Now we're going to sit on our chair. And we're going to cross our legs on the edge of the chair. You're going to cross one leg over the knee, like this. And then from there, you're going to lean slightly forward, again, keeping your chest up, feeling the stretch in the hip, and just hold that position. Nice deep breath in and out. And hold for last 10. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and change. Other side. I can really feel this hip pulling. I'm leaning forward just slightly, but you really might feel just the hip pulling by just sitting up straight. Try and keep this knee and press it a little bit down towards the floor. I always keep my hands on my ankle, and with the elbow, I'm pushing my knee down to add that little bit of an extra stretch, and hold for 10. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. And while we're sitting on the chair, we're going to keep our trunk nice and tight. And from there, we're going to breathe out, and we're going to rotate as far as we can, and come back. And we're going to do 5 on a side. And breathe out. And every time I want you to feel that you're going a little bit further and a little bit further. 2 more. 4, and last one. And 5, getting a nice stretch across the chest and a complete stretch in the spine. Let's do the other side. Breathe out. And 1. And 2. That's a good stretch. Last 3. 3. And 2 more. 4. And last one. And 5, and relax. And there we go. There is a quick 15-minute workout that is going to help strengthen your legs, your upper body, improve your balance, your proprioception, and posture. If you like this video, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and let me know in the comments down below if you enjoy these exercises. See you next time.